everyone, it's Laura from the blog ouroilyhouse.com, and I am sitting here in our entryway. We have been at our new house now for 4 months, and we have worked really hard on just a few house projects. So I'm ready to kind of reveal those projects to you and just show you the different things that we have done around the house since we moved in. So a couple of things that we've done, we really haven't done a ton because most of the house already looked the way that we wanted to look when we bought it. But one thing that we noticed pretty quickly after we moved in is that the upstairs dining room, living room was pretty dark. The previous owners had this dark yellow, kind of mustardy yellow paint all throughout the dining room and living room, in the kitchen and down the hallway. And with being a blogger and a YouTuber, that was really dark for a lot of my pictures and a lot of my videos. So we started off by deciding that we were going to board and batten the dining room and living room and paint it white. Now when we did that, it really did brighten the room so much that we liked the yellow. So we're for now keeping the yellow. Now after we did the entryway and I painted it this beige color that you see, we also did some board and batten down here, which I'll show you in just a minute. I really like the white board and batten against that beige wall, and now I'm thinking about possibly painting the dining room and kitchen that beige color, but for now we're leaving it that yellow. So my husband looked up a couple tutorials just on Pinterest and then figured out how we wanted to board and batten upstairs. So in the dining room, we decided to board and batten up to the level of our mantle because we have a nice mantle in there. It would look funny if the levels were not right. So like if it was shorter than the mantle or higher. So we just went around and did the height of the mantle for the board and batten around the entire living room and dining room. So he got all the boards up on the wall and then we painted it all, which was a really big job because there's a lot of detail that goes into painting board and batten because there's so much trim. You really can't get your roller bottle. You can tell I'm an essential oil YouTuber, typically not design. Your roller in between the boards. And so it's a lot of paintbrush and it takes a lot of time, but I just absolutely loved the way that the board and batten turned out in the dining room. So I decided that I wanted it down in the entryway. So when I first came to look at this house and we walked in, I was like, this entryway is so nice. It's very, very big. I don't know if you can like tell, but like I can't even reach to the other end. It's really, really wide in here. Not typical for your split level homes. A lot of them, you walk in and you have like stairs right there, but this one's really big, nice entryway. So I wanted it to be something that was very usable and worked really well for our family. So I dreamed of this like built-in unit that I'm sitting in here for my husband to make. I showed him some different ideas on Pinterest, and then in his true fashion, he just went and designed his own thing, and I love the way that it turned out. So he started off by making the wall unit, which is the thing I'm sitting here. He went to the store, got all the lumber he needed. He kind of designed it himself, and then obviously by measuring on the wall because it fits perfectly in this spot. He built most of it out in the garage, did a lot of cuts out there, brought it in. Once he got the wall unit in, then we started on the board and batten. So he did the exact same board and batten in here that he did in the dining room. We went on the wall by the stairs, across the front door, and then again on this unit. Now over here is our stairs that go downstairs, and we did not do that wall because I thought if we did that wall, we'd have to continue into the basement. We weren't really sure how we would do that. So we just went to the door here that leads to the garage, and we really liked the way that it turned out. So we stopped the board and batten there. Once we got the board and batten done and the wall unit done, it was time for me to pick paint colors. I was really unsure what to use. My sister actually helped me with this. I decided to do white for the board and batten, a beige color for the wall, and this bluish kind of gray color here on the built-in wall unit. So I will put all the codes that we use down in the description box if you're curious on this one. I just really love the way that it turned out. After we got everything in and I picked my paint colors, it was time to paint. You'll notice the lighting in a lot of these painting videos is really bad, and that's because we did a lot of painting after the kids went to bed. We would just paint. Everything took a lot of coats, so we had to do 2 coats on everything. We had to prime things. We had to take time to trim everything. So we did a lot of painting, and then we also decided to stain the seat that I'm sitting on. I'll give you some B-roll of this here, but the seat we stained the same color as the tabletop that you see behind me. This table my husband also built as well, not in this house. He actually built that in my last house, but it goes perfectly in here as well. So we have that homemade table, and then we have the built-in shelves. Now, after I got everything in, I did a little decorating. I kept it very, very simple because I want this room to mainly be functional. So I put some baskets in the top of the wall unit. I'm leaving the bins below open to put some shoes in. I wanted to put bins in there. My husband thought it would be easier to actually use it if there wasn't baskets and the kids could just throw their shoes in. So I compromised, and we're leaving those open for shoes. We added a lot of hooks onto the wall unit. We did 5 hooks altogether. So there is 10 hooks to put things on, so everybody will have their own hook for their jacket or their coat this winter. And then I also put some baskets in the bottom of the table, and I am picturing all the baskets being for gloves and hats and scarves for the wintertime, baby swimsuits and sunscreen and goggles in the summertime, just because this is right where we walk out. So it makes it nice and easy to just grab what you need and go. Down here in the entryway, I also hung a few picture frames on the wall above the board and batten. I just love the way that these turned out. I just did some black frames that I already had, and I printed some black and white pictures of me and my husband one time when we were in the mountains. And so I put those pictures there on the wall. And then upstairs in the living room, I hung some white curtains, and I also added a few picture frames in there. I did black and white again. I just think the black and white makes it to where it matches anything. It looks artistic, and I really like the way that that turned out. So I did some big frames and printed some 8x10 family photos and just hung those on the walls upstairs. My husband added some hooks upstairs in the board and batten wall that kind of goes into the kitchen to hang aprons on. I think it looks really pretty, and it's just so functional. I'm constantly putting on my apron and taking it off, so that's a great place to hang them, so they're right there whenever it's time to cook. So that's it. That's kind of our updates that we've done. We did the entryway, we added the board and batten to the dining room and living room. I am just really, really liking the way that it turned out. I'm not really sure what's next on the list. I'm sure I'll think of something. Sorry to my husband. But we will be doing probably some other things, and I thought just every few months, if there's anything new, I'll just kind of take you along and show you the different things that we've added to the house, and yeah, just give you guys some ideas. Like I've mentioned before, I'm totally not an interior designer or like that type of blogger, so I'm not great at these things, but I really am having fun just kind of adding a few extra touches to this home to make it the way that we love it and to make it really functional and usable for our family. All right guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. I get out 2 new videos every week, and I'll see you all in the next video.